Welcome back to another episode of The Heart of the Matter. Today, we're diving into a listener reaction that truly stopped us in our tracks. It's about an episode that really sparked a lot of conversations, and honestly, a bit of vulnerability.
Yeah, this one's a powerful one. We've received a lot of responses, but there's one in particular that stuck with me. A listener shared how moved they were by Tiffany's words, especially the part where she said, "This isn't about taking sides, but about taking scripture seriously." That line just hit different for them.
It's so simple, yet profound, right? And it really resonates because it's easy for people to take sides, especially on such a complex issue like Israel and Palestine. But Tiffany didn't make it about politics. She made it about faith and peace.
Exactly. That's what really struck them. The listener said, "I've never heard someone talk about Israel and Palestine with that much honesty and humility." I think it's the humility part that's key here. There's this willingness to acknowledge that we don't have all the answers.
Definitely. And it reminds us that sometimes honesty means leaving space for uncertainty. And that's okay. I mean, just listen to this part of the episode. It captures it perfectly. We're not here to fuel the fire. We're here to ask, what does God actually say about peace?
That line is everything. It shifts the whole conversation from a debate to a dialogue. It's not about winning, it's about listening, and that's something we can all relate to, right? It gives permission to explore difficult topics with grace.
Exactly. The listener went on to say something that really resonated with me. They said, "I've been afraid to talk about this topic, even with people at church. But after watching this, I felt seen, and I felt invited." That's huge. It's not just about understanding the issue. It's about creating a space where people feel comfortable to engage with it.
Yes, it's about making it okay to ask questions, to be unsure, and to find community in that space. I think that's the power of this conversation, isn't it? The invitation to engage with tough topics in a way that doesn't feel isolating.
Exactly. It's an invitation to not just listen, but also reflect on how we approach these conversations in our own communities. If we could all bring this level of humility and openness into our dialogues, maybe the conversations would look a little different.
It's about creating room for understanding, even when it's uncomfortable. And maybe that's the real takeaway here, not just the facts, but the courage to have these conversations at all.
So, as we wrap up today's episode, we want to leave you with a question. How can we bring more of this honest, humble dialogue into our everyday conversations?
And more importantly, how do we make sure that the people around us feel invited into those conversations too?
That's something we'd love to hear your thoughts on. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time on The Heart of the Matter.